This is Radio EBM.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much for introduction. So just a reminder, my name is Oleg Kradut. I'm assistant professor and director of research in College of Health Professions in University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences. And I am today with Dustin. Dustin, a few words about yourself.
Hey, I'm the clinical director for chemistry and informatics at Nationwide Children's Hospital, and we're talking about mass spec today.
So, and I would like to begin with just a brief, really short off topic. So this is my 5th year of hosting the podcast for MSACL Connect. I'm proud to be called one day by Chris today. And back in 2021, I co-hosted my very first fireside chat here in the MSACL Connect, alongside with a person who I am right now proud to call my friend, my virtual friend, Dustin Bunch. Dustin, do you remember the topic that we covered and uncovered back in 2021?
No, I actually don't.
So funny enough, we were talking with Benjamin Owusu from LabCorp at that time. And the best thing is that he and we, all three of us, discussed the development and validation of a novel mass spec assay for C-peptide in human serum. So 4 years fast forward, today we are talking about C-peptide again with mass spec method for accurate C-peptide quantitation and its clinical application. But today our guest is not Dr. Owusu. Today we have Kuanysh Kabytaev. And Kuanysh, a few words about yourself.
Thank you for inviting me to give a talk about our paper in your journal. And today I'll be discussing about how we can use mass spectrometry for kind of broader things like standardization. So we published the paper in the Journal of Clinical Mass Spectrometry, and it's all about method development, technical paper. We try to quantify C-peptide in serum, so in human samples. But and the method have validation, all these things, and mostly it's eventually why we need this. It's just one primary goal is just to standardize clinical assay. So, and this method that we develop is based on the gold standard technique is MRM transitions, LC-MS, and just let me introduce a little bit more about what our lab maybe do. So we historically do standardization things like A1C and GSP involved, and now we also do C-peptide standardization for many years. Also, we do insulin standardization, and the papers that we publish, it's not reference method. I don't know, maybe I need to explain what is a reference method to people. So reference
Maybe
method is
just in a few words, just the basics.
So because mass spectrometry is so advanced technology, but at the same time, mass spectrometry is kind of expensive. It's not really applicable in clinical settings, but one of the application, you can use them as a reference method. So what is a reference method? It's like a Kari-Rahi gold standard for quantifying something, like one example is proteins or peptides, and C-peptide, one of them. So, and we use the technologies, this mass spectrometry, to quantify C-peptide, and this method is it should be well designed, so well validated. Eventually, it can be considered as a reference and can be, when you quantify some serum samples, you can say, oh, this is exactly this amount that we have. There are no like a debates can be, compared to assay, clinical assay, like immunoassay, because kind of black box. And the main idea, the mass spectrometry give you the full control of the molecules you quantify, because you can see exactly what you quantify and how you quantify, everything kind of under control. So eventually, you can develop the whole system where your mass spec method can be useful, and then the system we can apply for kind of standardization things. I'll explain maybe more later. Just some more questions maybe.
Yeah, right. So yeah, thank you very much. That was like a really brief introduction. We will dive deeper into the details later on with our questions. And as Dustin just posted to the chat, feel free to post your questions to the chat and we will read them every once in a while during our podcast, during our episode.